Okay, everybody, it's Tom again, and I'm going to be talking about an '09 XRS Corolla. Uh, I'll tell you some of the history on this car. Earlier in the year, we got this PT Cruiser, and it was a flip car. My wife brought a cheap flip car home, and we got it all fixed up and stuff, and kind of liked the car, and we drove it for a little while. And quick little story on that one. But when we got that Cruiser, I was looking at the fender, and on the fender it says PT Cruiser on there. And I've been watching this guy on YouTube for quite a while now, and it's Puddin's Fab Shop, and I was looking at that fender, and I seen that PT Cruiser, so I got some of Puddin's Fab Shop stickers on there, and put one on the side windows, Puddin's Fab Shop. But it's a Puddin Tang Cruiser. I can't believe that was on that fender, and it just hit me one day. Oh, it's a PT Cruiser, Puddin Tang Cruiser. But that it is what it is there. But it's kind of a little side story on that. But we went ahead and flipped that car, and in the flip, when I was selling that car, this Corolla right here, this '09 Corolla, was part of the flip. It was in lieu of like $500 of the value of the car. They wanted to knock $500 of the value of the car off and give me this Corolla. And I thought, oh heck, this is a really common car, Corolla, Toyota. Never had a Toyota before, but we get this Corolla, and I'm thinking it's a really common car, and it was going to be another easy quick flip. That kind of changed. We get it home and start looking at it, and it's got these XRS badges on it, and my son kind of got interested in there and did some research on it, and I guess this is a really rare car. We did other research on it, on the engine, because the engine was smoked. The guy that had it before ran out of oil, but not only did it run out of oil, he kept running it until it cratered. But it had a rod looking like an L. But since the engine was destroyed, we went ahead and went to the junkyard and tried to get a 2AZFE engine for this. Well, I guess it's kind of a rare engine. They only made the run of these cars for like 5 years, and so I guess it's like fairly rare, because they only made this XRS series for 5 years, and I guess it was only like somewhere around 7,000 cars for the whole run, so that's why it's rare. But there was another problem with this car, is it had oil burning issues, because it engineered the pistons wrong, and the pistons, the way they were made, they leaked and the rings would stick. And then in the revised stuff that you can get from Toyota, you have to change the pistons and the rings and the oil squirters to the pistons to make this engine right. And so after I got the engine out of the car and stuff, it was already partially taken apart. This kid had taken the car pretty much apart, so I got a lot of work to do there to undo what he did. But we get the engine apart. It's got 2 spun bearings, a bent rod, and the one piston is all the way wiggling in the cylinder, and it's got a couple of really bad scores in the cylinder, and basically engine's destroyed. Even the block's not worth, because like you'd have to sleeve it or something, and I don't know. I'm keeping the block. I don't know, maybe in the future I might do something with that engine. But then this was after I had already cleaned the head, and I did a whole bunch of videos earlier on this car before I even knew what was going on, because as soon as I got the car, I started taking the engine out and fixing little things here and there. Made a junkyard run, got a mirror because the mirror was all smashed on one side and it's got some body damage and stuff. And so I collected a few junkyard parts and changed the mirror, cleaned up the headlights. We cleared the headlights. What else did I do? I did a bunch of little things here and there to make the car look better when we finally did put the car together, because the headlights were all messed up. They were pretty shadowy, and they had a lot of pitting and stuff like that in it. So we cleaned those up. Valve cover was just bare aluminum, so I painted it red, like Toyota TRD engines, and I don't know. I was just kind of making it look cool and stuff, and then we finally finds out that the car's rare, trying to find a motor for it. Went to pick apart and tried to get an engine there, and that didn't work out. I pulled one, found out the engine was destroyed there. It had a window in it, and it was a really clean motor in an XB Scion. And it is what it is. These motors, they're the high performance, like big block 4-cylinder for the Toyota Corolla. They're a 2.4, and the previous engine in these cars was a 2ZZ or a 1ZZ, and that's only like a 1.8. And I think maybe some of them were maybe 2-liter. I'm not sure. I don't know Toyotas that well. But the other there's like the base letter cars that you have for Toyota, just like you would for a Honda, and that's for trim levels and different things. And this is the top of the line trim level for a Corolla. Didn't know anything about them at the time, but this car, I think, was going to be the competitor to the Civic Si, because this is the highest horsepower engine that they had that year in '09. And but then it's got a Achilles heel where it had the piston problems and their oil burners, and it went through the recall thing, and it was a terrible recall through Toyota because they didn't take care of everybody. And but that is what it is. But I just don't know about this car. I was going to fix it and flip it, and then we find out it's rare. I don't know what to do. I am going to fix it because the car's so rare that it does deserve to have a second chance at life. It did have a new transmission put in it, so that's a plus. The interior is really clean. I haven't even cleaned it up, and it's clean. There's no cracks in the dash or anything like that. No knobs missing. I do have one door panel off right now because I was changing that mirror. But I don't know. I'm thinking, like, I know it's a piston recall car, but is this car gonna be a collector car someday? I don't know. The only 7,000 cars in a 5-year run. That's not very many cars. Where the base model Corollas, would they make a couple, 2, 3, a million of them in that run of body style? I don't know. It's crazy. And I did watch a YouTube video, Arkansas Highway Patrol police pursuit, and there was an XRS on that, and these cars are pretty fast if you ever look up the video. Yeah, that car was doing some crazy stuff. It would accelerate real faster than a cop car, but on the long straights, a cop car was catching in his Charger pursuit car, and on the long straights, it was catching as this car. But in like the short, quick bursts, though, this car in that video really accelerates. I've never drove one of these, and I don't know what the 2AZ is even about. I know we started looking for motors, and that junkyard thing didn't work out for me. We started looking online and seen some JDM Japanese motors, and I think that's the route I'm going to go. I've seen a couple of motors online that were known mileage motors, low mileage motors, but these motors are really expensive. They're a lot more than like if you went and bought something for a Honda. Maybe it's because they're so rare and they didn't make a lot of these motors or what, but I'm going to probably go the JDM route and get a good motor for it with known mileage. And I guess they pretty much guesstimate within 10,000 miles, on those Japanese motors. And we seen one that was a 40 to 50,000 mile low mileage motor, so I'm probably going to jump on that one. I made a bunch of videos on this car before we even did anything, but I haven't released anything. I don't know if I'm even going to use any of that footage. I don't know. Maybe you can get a hold of my wife, Karen Egel, on Facebook and see your opinions and stuff on this car. I don't know. I know it's a rare car and it'll always be a rare car, but will it be a collector car? I don't know. I've had other cars before over the years that I got rid of and they ended up being collector cars, and I've had many Chevelles and different things over the years. And I've kind of messed up on some, and some I kept and got lucky and kept the right ones, but I don't know. In time, you can't predict this stuff. Well, that's probably how I'm gonna end up this short edition of this crazy Corolla build. I'm gonna figure out something. If we do get some comments, maybe I don't know. If you really, do people think that this car will ever be a collector car? It may just be one of those rare cars that's collected just because it's rare, or if it's an underdog that'll shine. Because I know they have the piston issue, but you can get a forged rotating assembly for this car, and I don't know, maybe someday I can build something on a stand and build a forged assembly, and maybe swap motors again. But then that's the cost of another JDM engine. But it would be neat to see one of these maybe on turbo or something. I don't know. I might just go ahead and do what I thought and flip it, because it can go either way. I could keep it and it could gain value, or it could keep it and it couldn't be worth nothing because nobody would want them, because they're really hard to get parts for. And I'm going to do as best as I can to bring it back as best as I can, because this car is really clean. I guess this one I can't do any shortcuts on. And heck, I'm just noticing now the speedo goes to 140. That's cool. The tack goes to 6.5. I haven't even researched if I can get any ECM options or anything for this car. Comments on helping me with this car would be appreciated. I don't know anything about Toyotas. We're going to end it here. Thanks for watching this video. It's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. I know this car just kind of got me stumped, but I'll make it around one way or another. The wife kind of seems to like this car. We'll see how it goes in the future. Maybe I can do something with that old footage. We'll see what happens. But I guess I'm going to end it here. Share, like, subscribe. We're going to keep making videos. And bye. I'll give you a quick inside shot of the dash and stuff. See, the car's fairly clean. I haven't done anything in here. Haven't done any cleaning. So this car does deserve to be fixed. Sorry about the tools and stuff. I took this panel off here to fix that mirror. But stay tuned for more stuff.